everyone, welcome to the 3 o'clock wellness snack. Today we are going to have a look at upper body myofascial stretching. We've got tennis balls, we've got some spiky balls and a couple of harder ones as well, and we also have a foam roller. So if I can give you a few minutes just to go and grab your foam roller, some exercise therapy balls as well, grab a sock. We're going to be using a sock today for the spine, and I'll just give you a few minutes to go and get a few things that you need, and we're going to go through just a quick 15-minute session of stretching the upper body, the neck, the shoulders, down through the lats, in through the spine, into the lower back. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes here. I'll bring in one of my colleagues. Here we have is Louis. He's one of my professional all-time 23-hour-day sleeper. He's 14, and yeah, he might have a guest appearance at some point today, and he might even do a few upward facing dogs and a few downward facing dogs as well. So I'll just give you a couple more minutes to grab a few things. Give me a thumbs up if there's some people in the house, and then we can get started. All right, I hope you guys are having a great day. A little bit of sunshine out there today, nothing not too cold, a bit windy, but a great day yesterday. Hope you all managed to get like in the garden or out for a walk. Yeah, enjoying the sights of Christchurch a wee bit around your home in this lockdown. So today we're going to go through different areas of the upper body. But first of all, I'm going to bring in my whiteboard, which I love. Bit of teaching here, so I hope you guys can see that. All right, what have we got on here today? Let me just move my phone a little bit. Here we go. So today we are talking, oh, it's back to front. Maybe it's coming through. Okay, so we're going to talk about MFR, so myofascial release. What does that mean? So myo means the muscle, fascia is connective tissue all throughout your body, and release is stretching. So it's basically just releasing all the tissue around your muscles and the muscle fibers. We want to lengthen by holding a static stretch for a really long time, about 30 seconds. We don't want you to stretch into pain, so the moment that you're feeling any kind of pain or discomfort, just pull back that stretch a little bit. We want to do it really slowly and take your time and breathe easy. So today we're just going to focus on the upper body, okay, and just do a little bit of stretching. Great for this time of day at around about 3 o'clock itis, okay. So the first thing I want to look at is, you know, a lot of people these days, we work at a desk and we can develop what's called a head forward posture. So head forward posture means elevated shoulders, protracted anterior shoulders, the neck comes forward. By the end of the day, you find you're almost touching the screen. So it's really, really important if you're working at a desk that you make sure we keep on lengthening and stretching through the front, because even though we get neck pain and pain up through the back of our neck, it's usually because it's coming from the front, pulling it forward. So some really basic stretching techniques through the anterior neck is what we can do is we'll just look up to the sky, and then bring your chin up and really feel the stretch through the front muscle here. Okay, and we're going to hold that for a few seconds. Opening up the shoulders. Okay, so that is stretching a muscle on the top called the platysma. It's like the lizard muscle, so if you go like that, you can see the muscle coming up. That covers all the front, and Ideally, you want to hold these stretches for about 30 seconds. Another thing you can do with the front is you just get a palm of your hand and you can look up to the sky and then just run your fingers down gently through the front, nice and slowly, just lengthening through into the collarbone from the underbase of the ear. A little bit of pressure on the skin, but just enough to feel the muscle underneath, stretching nice and slowly. Okay, and we'll do the other side. Okay, so we look up to the sky from below the ear, and we'll pull that down nice and slow there, support the fingers. Just a broad stroke, we don't want you poking into any nerve bundles. And you can even rotate your head at the same time. Okay, and then what we will do is roll our shoulders 3 times, and then we'll look up again, bringing the chin up, and hold. And release. Another little exercise we can do to help the neck and a bit of active stretching is just putting your finger on your chin and retracting your head backwards. I'll come on sideways just to lift up the back of the neck. That opens up the back of the neck and it exercises the muscles through the front. Okay, the next stretch we'll do is for levator scapula and upper traps. So bend the head to the side, and then we want you to bring your gaze down to your opposite knee. Bring that down to your opposite knee, and you'll feel a stretch right through here. If you want, you can just intensify the stretch and hold that usually for about a good 30 seconds for a really good length of time. And release. And the other side, nice and slowly, drop the ear down first, and then we shift our gaze down. You can, if you want, on your chair, anchor the opposite shoulder, and to increase the stretch, looking down, you can pull it forward. But once again, no stretching into pain, but you should feel the stretch. Once you feel the stretch release, you can then increase the stretch for a little bit longer if you like. So I'm just demonstrating mostly today, but if you were to stretch on your own, just take your time. Anchor that shoulder down and really feel the stretch through the upper traps. Your upper traps and your levator scapula bring your shoulder blades up, and when you're at a desk all day, those muscles get short, they get tight, they get full of trigger points, and they give you headaches. Okay, they also limit the range of motion through rotation and extension and through your neck and shoulders. And there we go, and we can relax in through there today. Okay, the next thing I want to have a look at is just stretching through the front. So what I'll demonstrate today is just a simple stretching technique for the chest on the floor. The reason why I like to do it on the floor is because when people are standing, they quite often end up using the rest of their body and they're not targeting the stretch. So we want to have a nice slow and sustained stretch through the front. And then we're going to put some either a tennis ball, which is slightly softer, or if you really want to get into those muscles, a lacrosse ball is fantastic. So these are worth their weight in gold. They're $10. You can get them online, you can get them at most health clinics, and they're really, really great for trigger point therapy. Okay, so we'll just bring yourself down onto the floor, lying face down. Okay, we want one hand on this, about 90 degrees out to the side. We want to gently rotate and push the shoulder into the floor. And you should be feeling a stretch through the front of your shoulder joint. Just nice and gentle. You can lift up your leg to help a little bit of rotation. And we want you to hold that for a good, I like to hold this one for half a minute, 40 seconds. You can also change the angle, so you can bring your arm up to stretch through the lower, through the side, through the middle, or down, and that gets the top fibers. Okay, so we'll just hold that again. Keep stretching. And release. We'll go on the other side. Same thing again, just down on the ground. 90-degree angle. Ear to the floor. Push up with this hand ever so slightly and feel the stretch in through the pecs, through the shoulder joint. And you can, if you want to, increase the stretch through the neck by looking up. Now, if you were doing a myofascial release stretch, you would hold this for quite some time, maybe even 2 minutes. I'm a massage therapist, and when I do myofascial release, hand release therapy, sometimes I'll hold a fascial stretch for up to 5 minutes. And stretching is basically, we're tricking the brain. We're telling the brain we're okay, we're safe, and we can stretch our muscles without pain. And when the brain gets that message, oh, we're stretching, we're not going to damage, it will send signals to the muscle to let go. And that is the whole point of a good quality static stretch. Okay. Now, if we can grab a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball, I'll try the tennis ball for the pecs because anything through the anterior neck is a very sensitive area. So go gently. So grab your tennis ball. We'll go back to the floor. We're going to place the tennis ball just right through, just underneath pec minor, and we can just lie on the ball and just lie on there for 10 or 20 seconds. It's a really good pec minor release. Don't know if you can see me there. Just in through the front of the shoulder. Help get those muscles through the front relaxed after a day or several days at a desk. And we will change sides, so grab your tennis ball. So you might even feel now that that's probably sitting a little bit better. We don't want you to come in all the way forward and pulling everything forward, okay? So we want to have that shoulder sitting nice and naturally in a neutral position. So we'll go the other side. Okay, down on the floor again. I think my colleague's back to sleep, getting this another few more hours. So just through the front of the top of the shoulder, lying down, pressing a little bit. There we go. Nice compression through pec minor, pec major where the fibers cross over. You can even relax your head down. You can lie there for a long period of time if you like as well. Stretching through anterior delt as well. And there we go. We'll just release that off. Tennis ball and lacrosse ball is basically your grab and go massage therapist. If you've got these guys in your bag wherever you travel, if you're an athlete, if you're always traveling for business, these two things are really going to help get you through, because you can use treatment like this every day, whenever you like, wherever you are. Okay, so the next thing we're going to have a look at is stretching our lats. And our lats are a really great big muscle on the back of our torso. They come all the way from the front here, they wrap around underneath. They're the big muscles that you see butterfly swimmers have, and they come all the way down to the base of your spine. Now, a really good trick to test whether or not you have short lats is to raise your arms up, and if you can't get them up straight without having to bend your back, it means they're quite short. Okay, so if you can raise your arms up nice and straight and you have a nice neutral spine, you've got really good length in your lats. But if you have to engage and bend your lower back, it means they're a bit short. So this is where the foam roller comes in. We'll just do some gentle foam rolling across through the middle of the back, because the lats come all the way in through about T7, all the way down through the lumbar spine into the sacrum. So it's a massive muscle and it's pretty superficial, so we can target it really, really easily. Now, foam rolling, people say, oh, you know, foam rolling, I do it every day, I do it all the time, but I've seen a lot of people do foam rolling. And one key thing about foam rolling is you've got to go really slow. The slower you go, the more the brain will realize you're not going to damage it, and it will give you the relaxation you're looking for. Okay, so we want to bring the base of your spine right into here. So you want to hold your tummy, hold your shoulders, and we just want to roll really gently. I might start a bit further up. Here we go. So this is a good erector spinae stretch as well. So you want to have your knees here, hold your head up, and just roll really, really slowly through the spine, up to the shoulders. Support your shoulders to about there, okay? And then all the way back. Now we can get a little bit tricky with this one, and we can start moving our arm out, line on the side, and really engage through the lats. Your lats are here. You really want to get those guys right in underneath that shoulder blade. We've got teres major, teres minor in there as well. We've also got serratus anterior, the push-up muscle. So if any of you guys have been out there doing lots of our HIIT classes, those guys have been drilling bear pushes and push-ups galore every class. So we want to nice and slow, and just breathing naturally in through there. Be careful you don't have too much pressure in the lower ribs where your kidneys are. So don't lean on it too heavily, but just nice and slow. You can also push your hand on the ground if you want for extra stabilization. So that's a lat stretch. You come back to a nice spine roll, and then we'll do the other side. Okay, so other side, little spine roll. Support your neck, support your shoulders. Use your shoulders so you're not got your arms down. You want to use your shoulders to engage, and then we'll come on to the side, find our position, and right down into lats, all the way, all the way down, infraspinatus, teres minor, nasty little muscles in the back of the shoulder blade. Nice and slow. If you find a spot where it's particularly tender, just lean on it, wait, give it a few seconds. Usually in here, teres minor, teres major, part of the posterior capsule and the rotator cuff, they get particularly nasty, that deep shoulder ache. So I'm going to rest on those guys, and we can roll all the way out. Posterior delt, we're getting that one too, coming in, and there we go. So it's a really good lat stretch. Here's another great lat stretch that I like to demonstrate. I call it the lat swimmer stretch. I used to be a competitive swimmer. So flat hands, face down, hands down, wide across, flatten the back, and really drop those shoulders down. You can increase the stretch by moving over to one side and really pull your back through, so you're feeling that stretch all the way through the side body. It's quite a workout doing all this. And then we'll go to the other side using your foam roller, and then we'll stretch, keeping your knees wide apart, and move right into the side body there. You should be feeling that stretch all the way on there. And once more, a double. Watch your wrists, relax your fingers. Just, you'll notice that I'm slightly double jointed in my elbows, so it might look a bit weird. So really good stretch, this one, for opening up the lats. You can relax into it. Make sure your lower back is nice and straight and comfortable and relaxed. Your head is nice and neutral. You're not bending down. You've just got it hanging quite comfortably, and really open up through those under the shoulder blades. Okay, come up nice and slowly. Here we have that. The next thing I'm going to take you through is some trigger point therapy through the back of the shoulders and through traps and mid traps. So grab you've got a tennis ball. Some people have got spiky balls, or a little spiky ball, which can be quite good. But I'm going to go with my lacrosse ball because I know it does the business. Best thing ever. Mobile massage therapist. So once again, we'll lie on our side. We just want to position your lacrosse ball on the back of the shoulder, right in here, okay? So if we lie on it on the side, and you can see where I've got it placed, right under the shoulder blade, find that nasty little niggle, and you can just press. Now with trigger points, they can release off nice and easily if you give them time, okay? By rolling really, really quickly, it won't let the brain and the body have enough time for it to relax. So in through there, you can do this up against the wall. I like lying on the base, in through here, right through the middle of the traps. You've got a ball sitting right there, you've got one there, if you can see me. And then what I like to do is lower and extend the shoulder. Bring the shoulder through a range of motion, nice and slowly. You'll feel the ball almost snapping over the middle of the traps. There's quite a few muscles that join in together there. So we can take it through an active fascial release, in through here and out again. You can roll around, find those nasty little spots, and just relax. You don't need to lift your body up and put pressure on it, just relax down, have your spine supported, okay? That's always a good one. You may even feel it referring up to the base of your skull and up to your head, and you'll probably find yourself saying, that's the spot, that's the one I've been trying to get. So we'll go to the other side, grab your ball, find your spot. I'm still on the screen, and lift your arm up and down really slowly through the range of motion, nice and slow. And again, once more, up and down, nice and slow. It's a bit of a killer, this one. But you'll find the slower you go, the much better the result. Okay, and we'll release off that to the side. And there we go. Right, our next trick is we have a sock and two of these. So we can put them into a sock. I've got my trusty icebreakers. So you got two of them like that. Tie a knot. That's if my icebreakers will let me. Or some of you might even already have one of these that you bought, and we use this for erector spinae. So I'll just move this out of the way. Okay, place it at the base of your spine, either side. Okay, supported elbows, and we will lean back and roll once it doesn't catch my t-shirt. And you can just inchworm your way down and around through the lower back, a bit out of the screen. You can start at the top of your back as well if you want, in between the shoulder blades, and you can roll down through the erectors all the way down to the base of your spine. Okay, so there we go. That is today's handy hints on well-being and you. And yep, just grab your any kind of therapy that you have. Try and do that at least a couple of times a week or every other day, especially when you've had a long day at the office. Releasing the front of the shoulder blades, stretching through the upper shoulders so you can relax. And that's your little snack for today. Thanks everyone. Don't forget to join up with our UC Rec and Sport app and have a look at our group live fitness schedule. That should be on the Facebook page. We've got classes coming up in the next couple of days, and don't forget we've got Easter this weekend. Alright, thanks everyone. We'll catch you soon. See ya. Just log off. Cool.